Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be tasting the first of 4 samples courtesy of my friend Bourbon Barry, and that is this one right here, the Jack Daniel's American Single Malt 90 proof. Bourbon Barry, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. I'm very excited to get into this one. So this one, I've tried a lot of Jack Daniel's expressions, and this one I definitely have not tried. As I mentioned in the last video, I did see it in a travel duty-free shop at Newark Airport when I was leaving for Florida. I was all set to buy it, ironically, but it's a duty-free shop, and I was flying domestically. They ask you right off the bat where you're flying. I think I even would have to probably show proof of a ticket if they were in doubt. So couldn't buy it, but now I have this sample, and if I like it and I'm flying internationally the next time I see it, I would definitely pick it up. So this is This is Jack Daniel's entrance into the American single malt. I believe they had a previous expression, so I don't think this is their first one, but that was just a special release, and this one I think is something more regular. But this is Jack Daniel's, as a lot of other distilleries are entering the American single malt area, and this is a up-and-coming area of American whiskey, and I think it's just going to go upwards from here. But this is specifically American single malt, but it's Jack Daniel's take on it. And why I say that is because Jack Daniel's being a Tennessee whiskey, there's something in this that is very unique to Tennessee whiskeys that is not going to be the other American single malts, and that is the same Lincoln County process they do. They put this in vats of 10-foot charcoal, to charcoal mellowing, so it's going to be interesting how that affects taste in this American single malt. But otherwise, this I believe was released in September of this year. The year's not over yet. September 2023. It's 90 proof. There's no age statement, but I want to add something to this. So it's a Jack Daniel's American single malt, but it's finished in Oloroso sherry casks. So there's no age statement, but from what I can tell, it sounds like the aging is approximately 5 years. And, Jack Daniel's products, I think that would make sense, in the 5-6 years. But I think it's 5 years. But then I believe it's finished in Oloroso sherry cask. And I read somewhere that it could be an additional 3 years. That sounds like a lot, but let's just call it, that it's no age statement, the 5 years plus the finishing in the Oloroso sherry cask, which is going to give it an interesting flavor. So between that and the charcoal mellowing, I'm very interested to see how the flavor is combined with just a regular, single malt, American single malt flavor. And obviously, being an American single malt, the mash bill is 100% malted barley. MSRP on this one is approximately $100. Again, I saw it in a travel store. It was in that general 100, 110 range. I forget what it was. I think, call it about 100. So anyway, we're going to pour this in a glass, and I'm just going to get right into it. And if anybody knows, I love Jack Daniel's products. It's where my whole bourbon journey started. But again, this is not bourbon. This is American single malt. Let's pour it up and get started. Okay, so we have this all poured up. I really love these sample glasses. I mentioned this in the last video. The Bourbon Barry sent me in these monogrammed Bourbon Barry logo sample glasses. Let's put this down for a second. And then you have the measurements on the bottom. So what it is, you can clearly see it was a 2 ounces sample in here. I poured 1 ounce in there. So I basically poured half of it, and I'm just putting aside the other ounce. So we're just going to do 1 ounce pour for now. But this is just great, especially since you can see the measurement. It's just really classy looking. This is from Liquid Ministry. I'm definitely going to look into getting a set for myself. This is really nice. So let's just set that down there. So anyway, I have it here. Let's take a look at the color. Kind of like coppery, nice. It's not actually, going to be honest with you, for a American single malt. It's definitely not light. It's not dark. It's a beautiful kind of like a copper color. I'm thinking some of that charcoal mellowing and the Oloroso sherry cask finish may be making this a little darker than it might otherwise be as an American single malt. But that is just a really nice color. So let's give this a nose. Wow, that is a very it's a very sweet, very pleasant nose. That is not, just at first glance, that's not, if you blinded me, I would not know that is a Jack Daniel's product. There's a certain smell that I get that, that is not coming off as Jack Daniel's just from the smell. So that's very interesting right there, because everything from Jack Daniel's that I've had, has been either a bourbon, and I have tried the rye, but obviously not this. So it's very sweet. Just like a lot of fruit and other notes like that. But let's get into the all-important palate. Cheers. Wow, that's different. Now here with the taste, I do taste a very familiar taste. It's different but familiar. The familiar part is the Jack Daniels. I do still taste that charcoal mellowing. I get a little bit of that, but then at the same time, it's like two things that like are different. I get some familiar Jack Daniels taste, but at the same time, I definitely can tell this is not a bourbon slash Tennessee whiskey. That's interesting. Um, it's I'm just trying to find the right. Let me just give this one more taste. I do taste some oak, a little bit of spice. Now it's not a rye spice because this is an American single malt, 100% malted barley. But it's a very different yet familiar because again this is charcoal mellowed, but it's I have to say it's very good. I'll do this one last time. I'm just trying to get a finger on what I'm tasting here. Okay, so it's funny because I get a little bit of that malt. You do taste that malt taste. And usually when I say a malt taste, it's familiar to me in terms of a Scotch. So there's just a shade of a Scotch taste without the peat because there's no peat taste. I taste a malt taste, um, and I do definitely taste on the finish. I'm tasting some oak spice. I do feel a finish. This is 90 proof, but it definitely has somewhat of a finish. This is very it's very a little bit different, but very good. I do like this. I'm not sure if I like this better than I'll put it up. I'm pretty sure I don't think I like this as much as the traditional Jack Daniel's products. I think at this point, I love the. I mean, I love the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof. I voted that one of my favorites of the year. I do like the Jack Daniel's Bonded. They're the first in the Bonded series, that 100 proof. I just think that's really, really good, and a bunch of their other products. I like this is very different. I'm gonna definitely enjoy a little bit more of this. Um, it's definitely better than I would have expected when you say American single malt. Um, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if, for my taste, if I would spend 100. I'm actually really glad. Thank you for sending me the sample because I'm not sure that I would want to spend $100 on this. For me, that's just me. I'm really happy to taste it, and this is definitely not bad for me personally. That there are other bottles I think I probably would spend $100 on before this, but this is really interesting. So, Bourbon Barry, thank you so much, and I can't wait to get into the other three. Cheers, everyone. Take care.